Hey everyone, it's your boy Ronald, and I know what you guys are here for. You guys are here to figure out what the world champ thinks about the character tiers in KOF 15. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with Shun'ei here. He's looking like he's between either S or A+. I think he's bottom S, around bottom S, right? He has pretty good pokes. He can convert off of low normals, and he has pretty good damage. His speed is okay. He can low crush low attacks as well with his Sand CD. He doesn't have too much going for him as far as reversals is concerned. I mean, everybody has a Shadow Strike, but his DP is kind of weak compared to the rest of the cast. Alright, so let's go to Benimaru. I feel like Benimaru got nerfed compared to all the other games he's been in, especially 14 and 13. They gave him back his DP, but the recovery on that DP is atrocious. But at the same time, the frames on the DP is amazing. He lost his jump D, unfortunately. It's not as active as it once was. It's very difficult to cross up with. His command grab is no longer one frame, and the recovery's pretty slow on it as well. There are pluses though for him. If you do get his command grab, he does get a mix-up, left-right, high-low mix-up, if you set it up correctly with him. For that, I think he's A+, right? All right, so Iori, currently he's nerfed. He still has all of his tools. His Rekka, the second part of his Rekka is very punishable now. So you're kind of stuck in a sense where you're either going to gamble with the third Rekka, right, to throw off your opponent, or not go for it, and hopefully your opponent doesn't punish you, right? So there's that. His hit stun on his cross up back B is atrocious. It's very difficult to combo off of. His run speed is still pretty good, or I mean it's decent. It's kind of average actually, above average. His normals, his stand D isn't as good as somebody else's stand D, right? So I am putting him at A+ as well. I think these two are about the same in terms of strength, so we'll just keep them next to each other. All right, Shermie. I feel like this character is pretty strong. People are saying she's not as good. I mean, I agree and disagree at the same time. She is a grappler, right? Grapplers are usually harder to use in KOF just because everyone has movement. All right, so here's the thing. Everybody has movement, but grapplers, at least this grappler does as well, right? She has good standing normals. Her stand B is amazing. Her down B is amazing. And she can combo off her down B into her EX move, right? So, and she gets Oki off her command grab as well. She gets a left-right Oki. And she's always had that in her previous versions. I'm glad they kept that in here in KOF 15. So I'm thinking she's also, hold on, as a defensive option, her down C is really, really good as well. Very active, reaches high up. She's not a slouch. We'll put her on A+ as well. All right, my boy Joe. I'm kind of torn with this character. He has a lot going for him. He's got really good fireballs. His zoning game is really good. His buttons are really good. I think the reason why I'm torn is because This KOF, all of the character strengths are a lot closer than it has ever been. Right, character variety is very good, and not everybody wins every matchup, but they do have a lot of strengths. So I'm thinking Joe's just straight up S. Okay, Meitenkun. He's definitely a lot weaker now. He can't cancel his charge move, his moving forward charge move, as late as he did in 14. Basically, that made it very difficult to punish him because he was almost always at advantage if you were blocking his charge move. His fireball game, it's still about the same, except the air fireball no longer knocks down. It's just like it's basically treated as a normal attack on hit. So he doesn't get as much pressure as he did before, but his buttons are still pretty good. His sweep is good. His stand CD is good. His combo damage is still pretty good. I'm sure whoever mains him, there'll be a problem with him. But he's, other than that, the system isn't really great for him. Sure, he can burn EXs, left and right, but you can only do that so much. All right, so we'll put him A+ as well. Kyo. He's definitely a lot better. I feel like he's a lot better than he was in 14. His buttons are great. The change to the far stance C is really good. Corner carry is amazing as always. He has really good damage. He has a one frame command grab now, but you have to be very close to do it. That only costs half a bar, right? So that just having that in his arsenal for half a bar is amazing. Amazing DP. Yeah, there's nothing really bad about him. His cross-up game is still really good. It's a little bit weird if you're a Kyo user from the previous games, but once you get used to the jump in, jump arcs, and the hitboxes, then it actually becomes very easy to cross up with the character. So I'm putting him on S-. I think between these two, Shun'ei and Kyo, I think Kyo is still a little bit lower than Shun'ei. All right, Chizuru. I feel like her jump is too floaty. I feel like characters that have floaty jumps don't do as well in the long run. Like it just becomes very obvious on what they want to do. So she has to focus on her ground game. Now her ground game is pretty amazing. She has her standee, her after image moves, right? Those are all pretty good, but she has to be consistent with that damage. She's basically kind of like a zoner type character with her after images, right? In a sense where she's not throwing fireballs, but she's throwing herself out there, which means that you can hurt the after images. So it's kind of give or take, but I still feel like in the long run she's not as strong. She's very strong, but compared to the rest of the cast, she definitely has to work hard. So I'll put her actually above Benimaru and you know what? Let's put her lower actually. Yeah, let's put her lower there. All right, Andy. Andy, his combo routes are kind of weird. They're very basic. He's just a super easy basic character. The great thing about Andy though is being able to change his jump arcs. I think that's the strongest tool he has. So not only is he a strong zoner, he has really good DPs. He has a good far stand C that can, cancel into any moves. I think his Oki game, his zoning game is really good. If you play an opponent who likes to DP, right, as an anti-air. Forcing your opponent to DP, obviously you're gonna, get a lot of damage off of that. He doesn't have a lot of combo varieties mid-screen or corner as of right now. I mean, I don't think so, but his damage overall, once he touches you, it's pretty decent. So we'll put him. I feel like he's below Chizuru, so he's A minus or A plus. Sorry. Yuri. I feel like this character is just A. She doesn't have a lot of strong buttons in neutral. She has to rely on her jump attacks a lot. Her fireball game, it's whatever. Like, she has to hold down the fireball to actually do a full screen fireball, right? Her dive kick is no longer super plus. It's no longer, the hit stun on it is terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but like compared to like 13, it's terrible. Because you can confirm off of a really high dive kick and you'll still get the combo, right? That's no longer the case in this game. Her reversals aren't, I feel like they're not like very good. She has the EX DP and she has the EX slaps. Her EX slap is no longer safe, which is good because you don't want people abusing that thing. It's a reversal. Like, you have to get punished if you block a reversal, right? Yeah, she doesn't have any real reversals, kind of like Shun'ei, as far as DPs are concerned. I mean, she has Shadow Strike. Everybody has Shadow Strike. Her DPs don't have like any real invul frames on startup. And I feel like she just struggles a lot in neutral. That's my take on the character. So we'll keep her at A. All right, Terry. Yeah, top tier. Top tier, this character. This guy just converts off of any hit. He's making you hurt every time he touches you. Yeah. Enough said with that character. I think we've seen enough match videos about that character to know what he does, right? Yashiro, right? Right here. This guy's going right here. I would have put him at A+. No, actually, I would have kept him here even if he still was the same as Beta. Like, his corner juggles in Beta were great. They removed that, so he has to do a different route with less damage. Let's see. His ground game isn't amazing either. I think that's the key factor in this tier list is the ground game in neutral. His jump attacks are they're pretty good, but they hardly ever lead too much, right? He has pretty good run speed, down B confirms, but you have to burn meter in order to do like damage. I mean, that's the case for a lot of characters, but I'm telling you guys, it's difficult to do anything with this character at a high level. Sure, he shits out damage once in a while, but he needs resources and he has to get that perfect hit. So that's the problem with this character. All right, let's go to Mai. I think she's still really good. I'm gonna put her above these two. All right, so I'm placing her S tier, S minus here. She's very easy to use. Her jump normals are amazing. I think she has the fastest jump CD in the game. Her stand CD, low crushes, still has pretty good range. Not as far as 14, KOF 14, but it's still really good. Just the fact that low crushes is crazy. Her standing normals, stand A, stand B, are really good pokes. Her fan, her zoning game with her fan, her fireball is really good. Her EX fan is even better, just because it continues to apply pressure, right? This character also does a lot of damage. If she touches you, she gets meter very easily. Just the fact that she can just continually poke and annoy, she's really good. So, S minus. King, S minus as well. I think she's up here in the S minus range. Air fireballs, zoning, amazing buttons on the ground, amazing jump CD. Like, just overall, she has an overhead now, a grounded overhead, right? And that overhead can cancel into her air fireballs. It's ridiculous. This character, she has a slide that goes under fireballs, like mid fireballs, right? And she can cancel that slide for free without being chained from a normal. I don't think Mai has that. There are quite a few characters that can't chain a slide. Actually, I don't think there are any other characters that can do that besides her. A sliding command normal, that is, right? So yeah, she's up there. So very annoying. Chris. I'd say he's in between these two. Originally, I thought he was going to be higher, but playing out this game a little bit more and seeing what the other characters can dish out, like he's in a lower end just because his damage isn't as good as everybody else's. He's one of the fastest characters in the game, but they reduce his damage, so he has to hit you a lot more times than everybody else's. Jump CD is amazing, right? He has really good fast DP. He has teleports. He's got a very annoying move. So if you do down BB, quarter circle back A, it's basically how they treated Robert's Tatsu in 14, where you could just continually do that and he's pretty much safe, right? Unless there's a command grab character that can command grab him out of that. He's probably, I think, -1 or 2 from that move on block. And then he's plus on hit. So, very annoying character, but there are stronger characters than him. Alright, let's go to Athena. I think she's S minus. She's like back here. Her zoning game isn't as good. But she is an annoying character to play against in a certain range. Her standee is amazing. Her down C is amazing. Her command normal or forward B is amazing. She has a really good super. You got to be careful with that super. If they do it on wake up, your opponent does it on wake up. Even if you block it the first time, it's still active. The balls are still active, swirling around her, right? So you have to wait for the activation to disappear before you actually go in and try to punish her. I think just the fact that her stand D moves forward and her down C can cancel. She's always had that cancel down C. But just the fact that those buttons are really fast, I put her up here. I know she has a floaty jump, but Chizuru doesn't, like Chizuru, right? Chizuru doesn't have what she has, in my opinion, which is damage and damage on top of her annoyance. So that reason I'm putting her S minus. Oh no, whip. She's staying right here. She's right here. So in this game, if you guys look at the tier list, it doesn't mean that B cannot beat S. All right, like B can still beat S. B plus, sorry, it's B plus. B plus can still beat S, but she has to do a lot. She has to do a lot to get it. But the good thing is that, you know, she's a little bit of a gimmicky character. So you can throw off your opponent the very first time. Your opponent will eventually catch on. I'm telling you guys, this, you know, depending on your gameplay, your game style, like, they're going to catch on. Like, you use this character, they're going to punish you for stuff that, you know, you were getting them with a couple matches before. That's basically how that match is going to turn out, right? Especially if they study this character too. So, all right, let's go to Dinosaur. Dino's kind of ridiculous. I kind of want to put him S minus, but he's still more like A plus. He's pretty high up in A plus. His down A is really good. It reaches far. He looks like a huge character, so a lot of the times it looks like you're about to hit the character, but you're not. It's just, you know, the collision on his character model is just, it's a little weird. So that'll throw off a lot of people, especially if you're playing at a high level. If you can't get over that, you're just going to be stuck. Like, oh man, I can't believe that my normal whiffed or whatever, right? You're going to be saying that a lot to yourself when you're playing this character, playing against this character at least. He has a really good anti-air. His down C is really good. He has a really good cross-up, jump B. Super active, easy to confirm. And then his lights are very easy to confirm as well. And then his corner game is pretty strong. I mean, he is a grappler. So he's a grappler with really good buttons. So I put him above Shermie. Okay, so Ramon. Ramon is good, but he does struggle a lot of the times. If your opponent just like blocks and waits for you to be more aggressive, like basically, if you're playing against this character, you just want to wait out what your opponent is doing to see if he's gonna try to go for command grab or something. That's honestly, his jump buttons are pretty fast. They're pretty active. Jump C is pretty active. His jump CD is really fast. I think it's up there with like Mai's jump CD. The range on it isn't as good as Mai's, but it's, you know, it comes out pretty fast. And he has one frame command grab. He has a lot going for him, but defensive wise, he's just lacking, you know. So we'll leave him at A. Ryo. This guy, he's either gonna top of A. We'll put Ryo top of A, okay? He has a lot of strong combos, high damage combos, right? But his neutral game is almost like non-existent. I feel like he has really good jump-ins, but his grounded game is I mean, he has down D, but you know, it's just a sweep. You know, like you don't really get anything off a sweep at all. For him to get those hits, he does have to work a lot harder than a lot of other characters. But if he does get the hit, then it's a lot of damage, right? So let's do Robert. Robert is super basic, super easy to use. He's right here, right below Chris. Easy DP, like fast DPs, really good zoning. Fireball is really good. His grounded normals are really good. Just everything about him is just, you know, he's a Shoto character, so he's very easy to use. Easy confirms down BBs into EX Tatsu. That's really strong. Combos are damaging. You know, everything about him is just really good. He's a solid character. Leona. Leona's kind of weird. You know, I thought the her new move would do her good, do her some justice, but I feel like she's not in a right place. She has really good speed. I think the speed really makes up for what she does. So you have to basically play this character as annoying as possible if you want to get anywhere with this character. And it's very easy to do with her because she's just really fast. Her jump normals are really fast. Her run speed is really fast. Her forward stand C is actually a pretty good speed. Like, you know, you could whiff punch a lot of things. I think she's like, you know, around. I think she's below Dino. All right, Vanessa, top tier. Oop. Top tier. This character. Really good run speed. Her meter gain is amazing. Like, basically her combo nets her like almost 50% of whatever meter she used, right? Maybe even more, actually. I have to look at the tapes, but she just gets meter very fast. Her combos, she can two-touch you if she's in the right distance. Really easy confirms to do. Really fast buttons. Her jump normals are really fast as well. Her jump T crosses up. She's got a lot going for her. Like, she's ridiculous. This character's ridiculous. Her sweep is amazing too. It's like you have to look out for this. You can't just be standing. You know, it's ridiculous how good this character is. I mean, it's great because I really like the character. So, I mean, I use her. So, top tier this character. Clark. In terms of grapplers, I feel like he's a little bit below Dino, but once he gets the momentum going, he plays a little bit different than Dino as far as the grappler is concerned. But this guy is like 100% momentum based, and he does a lot of damage if you get hit. I'm not talking about command grabs. I'm talking about a hit. Like, if he sets up a low hit, that's basically above 40% of your health gone, if they're optimal, right? And that only costs like a bar and a half, and a bar and a half is really good for a grappler, right? I want to put him at the same stance as Dino. Like, they're both there. Like, he struggles a lot in neutral compared to Dino, but once he gets the momentum going, it's over. It's you're gonna be guessing like all the time. All right, Ralph, top tier. All right. Okay, so I have these four at top tier. I don't think anybody else is going to be up here. Ralph is these three right here. I'll say this again later, but these three right here, they're like interchangeable as far as who's on top. Just depends on the positioning, depends on who you're playing, but they're like, I feel like they're like right at even. These three characters. Maybe Vanessa a little bit lower actually. But again, it's just I'm really thinking it's just character matchups for these three though. Like, these two are solid in any position, but Vanessa does have to You know what? All three of them are really good in any position, right? Joe's a little bit below them, just by a little bit. He can't harass as well as these guys here, but he's got everything. Joe's got everything. All right, Blue Mary. She lacks in damage, but she has a really good tool set as far as what she does in her approach. Really good buttons, good frame trap, a really good stand CD. She goes through fireballs. A lot of her moves go through fireballs, depending on the fireball. I mean, even one of her EX moves, her EX command grab, goes through fireballs as well. Yeah, the character is just like really, really, really good. She's momentum heavy character as well. Her jump CD is ridiculous still. I know they nerfed it a little bit as far as how fast it comes out, but it's still really good. If you do an early hop CD with her, she's plus, and it's a force block even if you're ducking it. So that's that's really good. Okay, so I'll probably put her S minus, but I'm thinking where she is between these three characters. Yeah, I think she's above Kyo. Yeah, she's above Kyo. Okay. Maxima. Maxima, his damage is ridiculous. He has a really good cross-up. Really good standing pokes. He has armor. You know, stand D, stand C has armor. Down C has armor. His wake-up DP is really good. Overall, he's a pretty solid character compared to his older versions. One frame command grab, he gets a mix up off of that mid-screen, left right. This character is like very scary. Yeah, I think this character is very scary. He does struggle against characters that can zone him, and but I feel like that's almost not a problem because of his armor, his new tackle. Because that tackle just like armors through like almost everything. At least the EX version does. Yeah, this guy's going on A+, but I'm trying to figure out. He's like right here. He's like right here. But he's in the same spot as Shermie. Okay, Luong. You know, I was hoping this character was going to be really good. I was hoping that, you know, they wouldn't get rid of her EX overhead. I was hoping for too much, because EX overhead for half a bar is really cheap. Like back in combo, that's really cheap. She can get a cross up, but not an overhead. Her normals are really good. Her stand CD is really good, but I feel like her gameplay is just too linear. That's probably the only problem with this character. The gameplay is just too linear. It just becomes really obvious what your opponent wants to do. She has a really good sweep that can be canceled. Her sweep goes under fireballs, mid fireballs, and then you can cancel that into a special move, which, you know, you can combo off of, right? So this character is very good in that sense, but she does struggle a lot. I feel like she struggles a lot in a lot of matches. Um, and her pressure game isn't as strong as before in 14. I feel like she's going to be around here in A. She's still a solid character, but just not solid enough. Kind of like Ryo. Krohnen. I've been working on this character for a while. There are things that he can be zoned out very easily. It's very difficult to get in with him. And there are things that he has to do to force you to respect certain things about his gameplay. But that's the only thing, is that it's not inherent with this character. Like you have to get them with certain things before they start respecting you. Like that's literally it. He has a really I think he has one of the best DPs in the game, just because it's like all encompassing all around him. It's crazy. His DP can cover behind him as well, right? So his command normal forward A is really good. His down C is really good. It sweeps, but it's not a low, it's a mid, right? But it does low profile, right? So his down D or down C, sorry, can avoid a lot of jump attacks, and it throws off a lot of people. I think he's like bottom A plus. Yeah, he's definitely below these guys right here. He's not an easy character to use. He is if you're new, like if you're playing other people who are new to the game. But if you're playing him at high level, he's not an easy character to use. You have to force your opponent to respect what he does. Angel. I feel like she struggles a lot in neutral. She has really good mix-ups and stuff. Especially if you're not accustomed to like playing against this character, or you're not aware of what she does. She can run a train on you for that reason. But once the character gets flushed out, people understand what she's doing. I think the most difficult thing about this character is her neutral. She has to get in, force you to block, and then take some type of mix-up. Like the opponent has to gamble on you not knowing what to do. Once you start labbing those stuff, like she's, not only is her neutral game kind of bad, but her pressure is going to be less threatening, right? So I promise you guys just have to lab against this character. For now, no, let's put her at 8. At A plus, just because you guys probably don't know what to do against her. There you go. A plus, but at the bottom. I would have put her at A, but she's A plus. Okay, this guy right here. I think this guy has like amazing buttons. His neutral game is really good. His standing normals are really good. He could catch a lot of people off guard with his stuff, and he does a lot of chip, and it's very annoying just blocking this character. He has a move that looks like a command grab. I mean, he has a command grab and another move that looks the same, but they do two different things. One's a hit and one's a grab. So, man, this character is so good. He has an OTG super. His damage is ridiculous. His damage is ridiculous if he touches you. I'm thinking he's like around here. Yeah, he has a good DP. He's got a lot going for him, this character. Ash. This character is a struggle. Right here. I already know where he's going. I've been playing this character for a while. He's right here. Crazy. This character shits out damage, right? Kind of like Ryo. I put them like right next to each other. They both shit out damage, but like the way they get it, they have to get it. It's just too difficult. I feel like Luong's still better than him though. I know you guys are watching like all these Ash combos and stuff. Like that's great, but watch at high levels, man. Just watch. Just oh my god, it's a struggle with this character. I'm telling you guys. And he has to burn so much resources, and you know it's not like he can be consistent with getting that hit. I'm telling you guys, it's not easy, man. This character's work. Again, just because he's work doesn't mean he's bad, but he is kind of bad though. in the scheme of the rest of these characters that are above him, it's just forget about it. Kukri, okay. This character is really good. He's very annoying. He has a pretty good zoning tool. His fireball is really good. He's got pretty good mix-ups. He can be very annoying. I think he's like... I think he's S-. I think he's at the bottom of S-. He's super good. He's super good, this guy. We have to see more from this character. Isla, she has a DP. She kind of plays like Shun'ei. Has a better DP than him. Her fireball game is kind of whack. Very easily punished. Her stand C, we all thought her stand C was going to be really good, but who's got better buttons? These guys right here. Her damage is okay. She has to play very annoying, like a very annoying playstyle to open you up. Yeah, let's put her on A+. Okay, K-Dash. This character got nerfed. This character got nerfed. I mean, he's still a very easy character to use, but his damage now, he definitely has to work harder now compared to his older versions. And it's not easy to continually do what he does without getting punished or getting figured out. I feel like his momentum isn't as strong compared to everybody else when he does get the hit, because his options are very limited. I'd say K-Dash is... I'm thinking he's right here. Right. Alright, Heidern. Alright, this character's ridiculous. He's got like 3 anti-airs. You know, three reversals. He has really good standing normals, crouching normals. His speed is really fast. He has a command grab, right? He has an overhead. His auto combo is ridiculous. Actually gives him Oki. You know, his command grab gives him Oki mid-screen. This guy can control a lot of the pace. I feel like Heidern is right below Robert, I think. He's like right here, right? Dolores, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that she's like top tier, high tier. I don't know, man. She has a really good teleport. Her EX teleport goes behind your opponent, throws them off. Might not expect it. She has a command grab. Her command grab is really good. I think that's one of her best tools is her command grabs. Her standee is really good. Her grounded game is really good. Fireball game is okay. It's annoying. It's okay. Her anti-air is okay as well. Her sweep is really fast too. It's comparable to Vanessa's sweep, just doesn't go as far. Yeah, she could be a very annoying character, but her jump normals, she has a really good jump D. I believe it crosses up. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. You guys might need to test that out. But I feel like just her pressure-wise, she can pull off a couple stuff, but defensive-wise, I feel like she struggles most on defense. It's too difficult for her to do anything on defense. She has, a reversal, but she has to gamble on that reversal. It does not hit grounded characters. It's basically an air command grab. That's what her reversal is, right? So I think she's like right here. All right, Kula. Kula's still pretty easy. I think the change to her jump, how floaty it is just killing her. That and her far stance C now, you can't really combo off of it. Depending on the range. She has really good stand normal still, like her stand C, stand B, but she has to take, she's kind of like K, where they both have to open you up a lot more than they did before. So it becomes very apparent on what your opponent wants to do, and they're going to get punished hard for it, right? So I'm putting them together, these two. Last but not least, Elizabeth. Originally, I thought she was top tier, but she's just below top tier. Her standing normals are really good. She has a really good anti-air. Let's see. She can... Her standing normals are amazing. Her combo damage is ridiculous. She has a really good cross-up. Her fireball game is a little weird. It's kind of strange. Her stand CD is really good. Yeah, she has a lot going for her, so she's not a slouch, not at the least. And I think that's where she stands, right below the top tiers. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in today, watching this video. I know it's only been a week, but yeah, it's just a week tier list, 1 week tier list. Again, sure, certain characters are weaker than others, but doesn't mean you can't work hard and not win with them, okay? If you guys have any suggestions on any of my videos, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. See you guys next time.